The bells and whistles are all not here. The card images are not with the write-ups. That's the bad news. The good news is that for all intents and purposes, all the substantive text of the third edition of the handbook is here. Last year, if you will recall, last year we handed out a disc that had all the substantive text up through the 1960s. This has got it up into the 21st century, folks. There are one or two mild omissions. There's one or two articles that we know need to be updated, and we're going to update them. Obviously, we want to put some of the polish back on it and get some of the ancillary articles back into it. We're still going to work forward on it, but the first thing we wanted to do was get you all the write-ups, and with a very, very minimal number of exceptions. Okay, 1995 R just came out. It's not there. All right, fine. But
no good.
but it'll be there before long. In terms of at least having 99.5% of all the cards ever written up properly, the way Ed taught us all to do it, it's here. While I'm up here, I want to say thanks to everybody who's worked on the handbook committee. I'm not going to try to list off all the names, but they're all. Well, by the way, once again, also in a newly updated, seeing Frank reminded me, the history of the basic boards has been updated since last year's disc, and the history of the master game boards that Roy did is still there. It's quite an endeavor. I will point out once again that the actual editor of this edition was, and for my mind still is, Donald Adams. He did 98% of the heavy lifting on this. I'm just cleaning up what's left since his health took him a bit out of action. Has taken him a bit out of action in recent years. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to clean this up to the point where it's got some of the bells and whistles back. And then when we finally get that done, maybe we'll start thinking about the 4th edition and thinking about doing such things as restoring the records section or whatnot. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but we can all dream now, can't we? That's the story, folks. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, John. All right, next up, we're going to have our Hall of Fame inductions, and Burl's going to announce our first Hall of Fame inductee. Let's hear it for Burl Lincoln. Another
Okay, I'm sort of going to have to wing this because my teleprompter don't work. When you look back, first of all, let's have all our Hall of Famers stand up. Give them a hand. Thanks. When you look back on any of the contributions that these guys have made to the APBA community, they have one common thread. They all went out of their way beyond just playing this game and sending the company money for cards. They wanted other people they encountered to enjoy what they were enjoying. And our first inductee tonight certainly fits that mold as well. He was a long-time high school teacher. He ran an APBA club for many of those years, and he introduced countless, probably hundreds of kids to APBA, some of them probably still playing. So it gives me great pleasure to add to our list of Hall of Famers Charlie Source from Circasana, New Jersey. I want to say a few words. All that time, you got to say something.
Yes, I was a high school teacher, and I always had words to say. I don't know what to say now. This is a complete surprise. I had my APBA baseball league for about 18, 19 years at Garfield High School, where we had a draft league. The APBA Journal said that it was the only draft league of its kind in any high school in the country. and we enjoyed it very much. But we did it to have fun, and I thank you very much for this honor. It's something that means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you.
Okay, we have a second inductee, and Skeet will handle that one.
Well, this is a little embarrassing because we expected this guy to be here tonight, and he's not. But slowly but surely, we'll probably get all of these handbook guys in the Hall of Fame. And this guy is on that committee, and he's also sort of a APBA historian. Several years ago down at Fraser Convention, he actually had home movies of Dick Sykes. Where he stole them, I don't know. But he's not here tonight, so Johnny Cochran, would you please come up here and get this plaque for Rod McLeod?
Yeah. I'm terribly sorry Rod could not call. Terribly sorry. I was sorry to hear that just this week that Rod wasn't going to be here this week. He family commitments are keeping him away. I know I would particularly like to be here to see the look on his face, because he so wonderfully immortalized the look on mine 2 years ago. Anyway, he uses it to scare the kids that he teaches now. But the disc you just got handed out would not have happened if it weren't for Rod, because when the handbook effort had completely stalled out about 5 years ago, it was Rod who essentially kicked all of us into an ex parte meeting in New Jersey that put the committee together in the first place, and you know, it was one thing for the train to roll down the tracks, but Rod's the one, to a large extent, who put the train together that year. I will make sure that he finds out about this immediately, if not sooner, and I'll get this into his hands. And on his behalf, I'm sure I can thank you all very much.
All right, once again, let's hear it for Charlie Source, Rod McLeod, and all of our Hall of Famers. If you can all stand up and
Oh, you're killing me.
All right, now we're going to move into our discussion on the rules for the tournament. Burl's going to handle that discussion. So you ready, Burl? And before, when we break tonight, before any of you leave, if all the Hall of Famers, including you, Charlie, can please come up here so we can get pictures of Charlie and the rest of you guys all together, all right?
We need rosters yet. Who has them? We need them. Anybody haven't turned the roster in yet? We only have 72, and there's going to be more, obviously. They're still working on them, that's fine. We'll get them soon. 15 minutes. And the clock's ticking. Okay, I'll open it up to questions first of all. Anybody have a question about any segment of the rules that isn't clear to them? Way in the back.
One question. If you've got a slow guy on hold, and I know that the book says that if you're holding them on base and there's and he tries to steal and is thrown out, you roll again. That you ignore that.
Right.
What happens if you're kicked off first base? Like you roll 39 and you're kicked off. Is that you roll again, or is that?
That's a pick off, yeah. 37 is a pick off. Yes.
can you call on like a 39 or a 37, 39 is called stealing. Can you call it that he's not stealing, or 37 that he's
Well, yeah, if you're playing him safe and the 39 comes up, he's not trying to steal, so then you re-roll.
like the 37 is a pickoff?